Over here at Pioneer Village today. It is quite a place. If you ever get time, stop in Nebraska, Minden, Nebraska, for Pioneer Village. You will see things that you have probably never seen before. But you're here for a story. So you're interested in survival. Maybe for a day after event, be it local, national, or worldwide. Survival. Well, perhaps you should come to the Mecca of survival. I said the Mecca of survival. It's here in Nebraska, and it's called Pioneer Village. And it is at Minden, Nebraska, about an hour and a half drive east of McCook. And it's worth going and seeing. My wife and I went 25 years ago, been meaning to go back ever since. We went back this last weekend and visited the place. Fascinating. You go in there and you will see how they started out in covered wagons that you see on movies, on up to the stagecoach and, of course, the old box wagons, the freight wagons, and how they got around long before the trains came through. You bet. They show you shops in a small town. Inside the circle of the museum is an open-air small village. One of the buildings houses that they made wagon wheels and how they did it. And they show them doing it. As well as how to make barrels, wooden barrels. They show you how they did it. And it's full scale, full size. You can walk in and touch. You bet. Fascinating. They go into detail of the progression of the homesteading. They show how the pot-bellied stove improved through the years with dozens of them as they progressed. They show all sorts of farming equipment, from the horse-drawn on up to the steam engines and the gas and diesel engines that would come later in the tractors. Hundreds of tractors and thousands of farm equipment pulled by horse. Just a massive museum, so well worth going and seeing how they did it. And again, I call it the Mecca of survival, because those people had to, and they stepped up and they made it work. And that museum is to honor them and to also show you that it can be done. One of the great curses that we hear from the scientists nowadays, they say if the electricity went off, that 90% of America would be dead within 1 year. I think that's a ridiculous statement. At the same time, there will be many that will want to give up. Go to this museum and see how they did it, and I bet you will have a little better understanding that it can be done. It's not easy, but it can be done, absolutely. And they go into trains and how that improved the lot and the different equipment in the kitchen. And speaking of kitchens and living rooms, they have one building that has nothing but separated rooms, glass-fronted rooms that you can walk by, starting showing you a living room in the 1860s, and then it goes 1870, 1880, and it shows the improvements and how many of the people had almost nothing at the beginning, and how in time, generation after generation, showed how they did improve their lot in life. So whether you're a hardcore survivalist, or you just dabble in it, or perhaps you'd like your family to live just a little simpler lifestyle, perhaps it's time to go to Mecca, Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska, and take a look and see how they did it back then. how they survived and thrived. Because in America, we can survive anything. I said anything, including an oppressive government. You guys have a good day.